gentlemen, welcome to Ballard High School for tonight's varsity girls basketball game. Tonight, the Ballard Bombers host the Tigers of Carroll. The Tigers are members of the Raccoon River Conference and entered tonight's game with a record of 3 wins and 3 losses. The head coach of the Tigers is Katie Cook. She is assisted by Mark Rennick, Tom Borchers, and Shelley Helmick. The Valley Bombers are also members of the Raccoon River Conference and have a season record of 6 wins and no losses. The head coach of the Bombers is Kelly Anderson. He is assisted by Kelvin Adams, Nathan Smith, and Darren Carroll. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for tonight's Battle of the Heartland are Travis Carroll, Mike Ballard, and Jeff Junker. And now for the starting lineups, first our guest, the Tigers of Carroll. At a guard position, a senior, number 2, Laura Sweeney. Right forward, a sophomore, number 10, Cameron Shalo. Playing guard, a senior, number 14, Kennedy Lee. At a forward position, a senior, number 20, Ella Hollison. And rounding out the lineup for the Tigers at a guard position, a senior, number 30, Gabby Cameron.
That I'm glad Syracuse River Conference game between the Carroll Tigers and the Ballard Bombers. We apologize up front. We got the B team announcers tonight. I'm Merle Oberning. I'll be with Chris Deason. The A team, they decided that maybe they wanted to go down to Texas to watch a football game tomorrow. So Brock Bierman and Chase Winterbore went down to Texas. So you got stuck with us tonight. A little bit about this rivalry between the Ballard Bombers and the Tigers on the girls' side. Two programs have been rich in girls' basketball tradition. Carroll tonight is going to look to pull off the upset against the number 3 Bombers. Carroll comes in with a 3-3 record. They're led by two seniors, Ella Collison with 13 points a game, and Lane Kennedy at 10.3. Ballard Bombers come in at 6-0, 3-0 in the conference. They're led by a very talented group of seniors. Quickly, give it over to Mr. Deason to give some of the keys of the game for tonight's girls contest.
All right, thanks, Mr. Earl. So coming into tonight, I think the keys for the Bombers are they need to play a team game. And I don't say that because they don't. I say that because that's a strength of theirs, and they need to continue to do that. I think they need to finish in the paint when they get opportunities, and they need to continue to be three-point assassins out there. So far this year, they've shot it very, very well from 3. As far as the Carroll Tigers go, I think they need to be able to handle pressure. The Bombers are going to come out and pressure, and they have done so for a long time. They also need to be able to score consistently and finish when they get opportunities. And they need to stay in this thing early. Don't let it get away early. I think that's a huge key for them.
Kind of start the contest, Ella Collison kind of drove the lane, got fouled, and put 2 free throws in, so the Tigers are up 2-0. Thompson on a nice move down inside to tie up the ball game.
Yeah, great footwork there by Thompson on that reverse pivot and lay-in.
Yeah, she's a very talented senior. She definitely has some strengths.
Yeah, her length in this game is unmatched. I don't think anybody out there is even close to her 6'2" size.
Yeah, she really complements the guards. You can put a lot of pressure on full court, and if somebody does break it, they still got to shoot over a 6'2" girl at the hoop.
It's like Ballard matching up man-to-man on the end out of bounds here.
Kind of quickly go through the starters tonight for the Carroll Tigers. They got a senior number 2, Laura Sweeney, a sophomore number 10, Cameron Schabel, senior number 14, Kennedy Lean. They also have another senior number 20, Ella Collison, and another senior number 30, Gabby Hammer. That's your starting lineup for the Carroll Tigers. For your Ballard Bombers, they kind of go with their normal lineup that they do most of the time. Number 10, Brooke Levy, a junior. Number 12, a junior, Meg Reitz. Number 20, a senior, Cassidy Thompson. Number 22, a senior, Josie Fleshman. And number 42, a senior, Molly Ali.
Very veteran group for the Bombers, and those girls have logged a lot of hours together.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. Like you mentioned early in the lead-in, they got a talented group of seniors, but their supporting cast of juniors and sophomores are very talented.
Hey, Ella Collison with a nice little spin move there, just took one too many steps. Going to turn the ball back over to the Bombers. A little full court pressure here from the Tigers.
Yeah, I kind of like the way the Tigers are coming out there. They're aggressive. They've been taking the ball to the hole on defense. They've been trying to put a little pressure, which is good for both teams. Cassidy Thompson with the ball. Swings it over to Molly Ali, back inside to Thompson. Levy for the 3-point shot. Sweeney has the ball on the left side. Collison with the pick.
Carroll looking like they want to be real deliberate here offensively, and I can't really blame them. They probably need this thing to be at a little slower pace.
Well, right. I'm sure they want to cut down the possessions and cut down some time.
And as I say that, here come the Bombers running the floor. Molly Eiley bringing it in.
Molly just does a tremendous job for the Bombers. She just kind of controls it, just like having another coach out on the floor. got the throw in. Brooke Lavy's going to throw the ball in.
And Molly could be one of the smaller players on the floor, yet every year leads the team in rebounding.
Not only that, she's one of the top in the state. I think
Yeah.
you look at the stats, she's like 5th in Class 4A. Travel by the Tigers, trying to penetrate the lane, and got a kind of like that's a 1-2-1-1 kind of press here. Bombers break it easy. Eiley on the drive, misses, but Reach on the putback, Thompson on the putback.
And plenty of looks at it.
Yeah. That was a 4-shot possession. That's Tigers got to feel lucky with that one that they didn't give up any points.
Yeah, anytime you can give up that many shots and not give up any points, consider yourself lucky. Go down and try and score.
They get that many shots off, but you're going to try to keep stats. It's kind of hard when you get 4 shots off in 10 seconds to try to keep up with that. Levy attacks the middle, kicks it out to Fleshman. She just almost money recently. She misses on the shot. Fleshman had a nice start the other night down to Carlisle. I think she hit her first 5 threes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen her.
Number 10, Shable with ball off the glass. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. The Tigers lead 4-2 as we timeout called by the Bombers.
You know, you talk about Fleshman and her ability to hit threes in bunches. I remember a couple years back over at Harlan when we were in a tight game and she came out and I think made something like 6 or 7 of them in the 3rd quarter, and all of a sudden the Bombers have a 20-point lead.
Yeah, she can be a difference maker. I mean, you got on her on the side, and then you got to stop the inside game, and you got 2 or 3 guards that Levy and Eiley penetrate pretty well. It just puts a lot of pressure on the other team.
Sure does.
The Tigers doing some very nice things right here as we start the ball game. They got a couple turnovers where they didn't get shots off, but they're doing a nice job of attacking the lane. And I'm assuming that's kind of what the timeout was all about. Coach Anderson going to make a few adjustments. I'm sure he wasn't happy with that.
And you talk about Carroll, and one of the keys for them not letting the game get away early. They're certainly holding to that key. They're doing a nice job with that.
Yeah, they've had first 4 minutes of the ball game. They have maybe even outpaid the Bombers.
And that's going to be a key for the Bombers right there.
Yeah, that's they got to be able to handle the press. They can't get the ball too easy. Eiley for the 3-point shot.
And she shot it well from there this year.
Yeah, she's done a nice job. Shot put up by Hammer, no good. Bombers looking to run. Got a little bit too quick, trying to get the ball into Levy and missed connections on the pass.
Yeah, I think going back to Molly, she's shooting at a 41% from 3 so far this year, which is impressive.
Yeah. Callison on a drive in the lane, and right now the Bombers are not doing a very good job of taking things away from her. She's kind of doing what she wants to do right now. And
yes, indeed. She's getting to that right hand and getting in the paint, and we're not getting the help D where we need it, and she's getting easy buckets.
Yeah, she looks like she's a strong girl. She's
nice little drive and leave off there for Thompson with the easy deuce.
Oh, there's a nice unforced turnover for the Tigers. They have too many of those. That's going to spell trouble. Bombers will take possession.
It's like Rigby and Wiesenberg check in for the Bombers at the turnover.
Eiley with the ball out front, passes over to Rigby. She had a nice game the other night down at Carlisle.
Yes, indeed. Nice
Rigby
little take right there.
Gets her own rebound. Shot's blocked. Tigers looking to run here. Ball's deflected on the kick back out. Trying to get the ball back out to, I believe that was Reichs.
Yeah, I think it was Kelsey Reichs on the wing there. See what the Tigers come up with here on the deep sideline out of bounds. It's like a double up top.
Sweeney with the ball.
Nice little drive and kick option there for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Needed to wait just another second on the timing to let Kelsey get set up in the corner.
She looked like she wanted to shoot it. The defense got back out here. Bombers got the ball out quick on the run, and shots missed by Rigby. Rebound by Lean. Tigers run a little bit of their own. Shots missed inside by number 2, Sweeney.
Reed's cleaning up on the glass right there.
Levy on the break charge. 2 points on the transition for Levy.
Well, that's a great looking little pull up. Gets her feet under her nice. You know, and you can go full speed like that and get both feet set and get that shot off that smoothly. That's a lot of hours in the gym. That doesn't just happen.
No, and that's not an easy shot. She's made some nice improvements on that part of her game this year. Well, with 1:38 to go in the first quarter, the Tigers call a timeout. Scores tied 6-6.
That's
right.
what do you suppose the big concern here is for the Tigers? Why the quick timeout there?
Well, the Bombers, the last 3 or 4 possessions, they've had kind of run out in transitions. The Bombers hadn't finished, and flirting with danger if they don't get back on defense, and they allow the Bombers to do that too many times. Right now, the Tigers, you know, almost 7 minutes or 6.5 minutes gone, they're playing the Bombers straight up, which that's what they're hoping to do as they come into the contest.
Yeah, they need to change a couple of trends right now. The Bombers seem to be getting all kinds of offensive rebounds and putbacks and run-out opportunities, just not finishing at the moment. Carroll, on the other hand, seems to be getting one and done at their offensive end. So I think if they want to stay in this thing for the long haul, they got to make an adjustment there.
Yeah, and right now the Tigers on their offense, it's a lot of it's one-on-one drive. It's not a lot of team concept, and the Bombers are probably going to eventually adapt to that on the defensive end. Got a foul on the Tigers. Couple subs in the ball game. Looks like number 22 Jorgensen and 20 Collison back in the ball game. Eiley with the ball out front to the right wing to Reitz. Rigby on the cut.
Great curl cut there. Really good screen
Nice
by
finish.
Molly Eiley.
Rigby got her feet underneath her, and she was balanced and put it off the glass for the easy 2.
Yes, indeed. Looks like Ballard staying in man-to-man defense. Looks like a little better help on that drive right there.
Yeah.
That's been a key. A big 3 there.
Collison on the 3-point shot for the Tigers. The Tigers right now they're not afraid of the Ballard press. Rigby for 3. Misses, rebounded by number 24, centered. Tigers back on the offensive end. This is Reichs with the ball. Collison off to centered. Kind of set up.
Yep, looks like maybe they're just playing for their last shot here of the quarter.
Yeah. Reichs with a 3-point shot is no good. Eiley gets the rebound. As we talked about earlier, Eiley, for her size, she's one of the top 5 rebounders in Class 4A on the season. She just does a tremendous job. There's not a shot that she's not attacking the board, and she's been doing it for 3 years.
Right.
And opponents don't get a body on her. She goes to the board. She just got that knack where the ball comes off.
She gets about 6 rebounds a game this year, and I mean, you'd take that from your power forward. I mean, that's good stuff. And you know, when you look at it, rebounding is just sheer effort. And you look at the number of offensive rebounds she gets. She just is relentless going to the glass, and she's just determined to get it every single time. And a lot of times she just beats people to the spot.
Well, what have the Carroll Tigers been doing well that you've been impressed with so far? At the end of the first quarter, they got a 9-8 lead. They're right where they want to be.
I would say, and at the offensive end, the thing that's impressed me is that they look like they want to take about 30 seconds off the clock each possession. I think where they've gotten in trouble is when they've shot quickly. Defensively, I think they've got to get a body on people. They've got to get Ballard off the glass because – you know, they can't continue to give them 3 and 4 shots every time down, or in the long run, that's not a good solution in the long run.
Well, it starts second quarter. The Bombers get the ball. We got Eiley with the ball out front. Bombers kind of running the set here. Zit around for Levy for the 3-point shot, and it's nothing but net.
That's a great little set. You got a ball screen going left, get everybody thinking that way, and then you double down for Brooke and bring her straight up the top.
That was a nice shot for her. She missed the first couple threes and get her going, and that'll be good.
I love the fact that she shot it with confidence, even though she hadn't made one yet. Coach called her number, and they came out of the timeout with a play for her, and she didn't hesitate.
Well, and that's good coaching strategy because you got somebody, they get a little bit gun shy, and you call their number, and they don't have anything else but shoot it. And sometimes that gets your star player going a little bit.
Absolutely.
Nice drive inside again. Shots missed. Rebounded by Hammer for Carlisle, and she's fouled on the play. Ball's going to be taken down the baseline. They're going to set up in a box set. Cross screen by the post inside. Bombers do a nice job of defending it.
Yeah, very nice job. You could hear them talking all the way up here on that baseline screen.
Reitz out on Collison.
That's a great matchup. Nice drive there. But
nice drive by Hammer.
Good matchup for Ballard, putting Reitz, a long-armed athletic Reitz on their #1 scorer, Collison, at 15.5 a game. They know that Meg can really move her feet and has that tremendous length. Can help negate that scoring opportunity for Collison.
And that's got to put some pressure on some opposing coaches as they kind of go through the Ballard lineup, and Reitz is not one of their top 3 scorers. And once you get everything identified with their top 3 scorers, Reitz is a pretty good 4th option.
Yeah, especially when you look at the fact she's shooting over 60% from 3. Speaking of 60% from 3.
There's Fleshman again off a set play coming off screens, similar to what they ran for Levy a couple possessions ago. Bombers with the turnover. Levy on the drive, kick out to Eiley.
And that is where Levy is so good.
Yeah.
Gets in the paint, plays under control off 2 feet, gets it to the shooter.
Sweeney brings the ball up the court, passes to the wing to Hammer. She drills the 3. Right now the Tigers are matching the Bombers shot for shot. Eiley in the middle of the floor.
Hammer only shooting 23% from there on the season, but anybody can have a night.
Well, she shot that one like she knew it was going to go in. She got it. She set, quick release, and it's.
Yep, it looked good too.
Credit to the Tigers right now. I like the way they're playing basketball. They're being very aggressive. Maybe a few too many turnovers, but.
Great little set there by the Bombers. Got Meg Reitz on this right side of the floor, so she's attacking with her strong left hand to the rim, just wasn't able to finish it.
The Bombers got Sweeney kind of tied up in the corner. Sweeney gave up a little height to a couple of the Bombers, and she got herself caught, couldn't get the ball out. Coach did a nice job of calling timeout to help out. The head coach for the Carroll Tigers is Katie Cook. She's in her first year in the program.
And Merle, didn't you say that she's a heck of a high school player back in the day? You could remember coaching against her.
Yes, I did. She probably, when she was in high school, she was probably one of the top 10 players that I've ever coached again. I mean, she was the tallest player on the floor. She was the fastest player on the floor. I believe she went to South Sioux City High School, where they had a heck of a program back in the 90s, and we played her in a kind of an all-star series, and we had some pretty good players ourselves. We had Jenny Barachek, which is Jenny Lewis at the time, the Drake head coach, who those two were I think Katie's maiden name is Robinette. Her and and Lillis were kind of the college coaches were all over those two the weekend of the tournament. But we had no match for Katie at that time. She was just she was a thoroughbred. Tigers still with the press. Kind of the ironic thing on that tournament where the coach to coach with me out there was Don Olson, the legendary coach for Carroll High girls.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of trivia from that, and we had a great time. Ole was as the Carroll people know, was a great golfer, so we got lucky. We played about 5-6 games, and all our games were in the morning, so Ole lined up a golf course every afternoon, so we went out and golfed.
Sounds like Ole.
Oh boy, he got me out on one where they had out in the middle of the country where had the greens were actually sand. Had signs up, don't go out in the grass, there's rattlesnakes, and I thought, holy cow, Ole, what'd you get me into? Ole always played the fairway, I played the grass in the rough.
Oh yeah, a couple back and forth possessions here where we've traded some missed layups, and great double down there by Molly.
She is just one of the most instinctive players in probably Class 4, and kicks it to Fleshman. She knows who to get the ball to.
Wiesenberg doing the dirty work there, just hustling after that offensive board. You got to like that.
Yeah, another multiple possession for the Bombers.
Yeah, they just keep attacking and kicking and getting good looks and then getting offensive rebounds. It's a great formula. Ball's just not going in for them a lot right now, but it'll work out over time.
Levy with a couple free throws. She misses the first one. I've been real impressed with her game, how she's improved over the last couple of years. What she's able to do, and like we said in the lead-in, she really complements the seniors.
Yes, absolutely. She's a tremendous ball handler, and she's got such a good stop and go, such a good hesitation, and she sees the court so well, and she's under control all the time.
Levy puts the Bombers up 15-14 with 3:49 to go. Tigers setting up the offense. The Bombers kind of backed off the press a little bit in that possession.
Carroll spreading it out, almost a 4-out, 1 in, and at times 5-out. They love to run that baseline cutter and also try and get that wheel cut from the wing. Great job by the Tigers there. Inside out, just kept working, wouldn't settle for just any shot. They wound up getting a really good shot.
Yeah, Shable with the 3, and it just didn't fall. She had a good look, kept her feet underneath her. Eiley on the drive. I'm sorry, that was Rigby.
Rigby, that was a really nice finish by Kylie right there. Just went hard to the middle, nice little floater, almost looked Brooke Levy-esque.
Yeah. Coming off the baseline, like a lot of people think that's an easy shot. That is not an easy shot. You got to work on that and timing. Tigers got going a little fast on that one with the turnover. Possession back to the Bombers. The Bombers hold a 17-14 lead.
Sweeney and Collison back into the game for the Tigers here.
Looks like the Bombers are going to run a set play again here. They've been very successful under set play. He's going to finish with a 3-point shot by Levy. Nope, she puts it on the floor to drive.
Oh,
Eiley.
Great hustle by Eiley there on the. It looked like the same set they started the second quarter with, Coach, just from the opposite side.
But you got to be impressed with Eiley. There was 3 black shirts there and 1 white, and the 1 white got to the ball.
Yep. She's not going to let anybody keep her from getting to it.
Bombers back into their 2-2-1 press. They kind of, over the last few years, been at 2-2-1 back in, like you mentioned earlier, fall back into man-to-man and get some traps set out of there, and they got some height advantage and put some pressure on the Tigers. Look from the top of the key by Sweeney, no good. Get the offensive rebound, which It's not going to make Coach Anderson happy. They pride themselves in not giving up second shots, just like any good team.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a tough one. Didn't get that gap pinched in time, and give
Kennedy Lean had a nice drive there.
Yeah, give Kennedy some credit there. She got to her left and got right to the rim and drew the foul.
The Tigers are doing a nice job on the dribble penetration. I've seen the Bombers put the nicks on a lot of people that try to drive, but the Tigers are being patient, looking for their gap, and nice reverse spin by Collison there.
Oh my! Really strong finish there.
Well, she took the ball away from Eiley, and that doesn't happen very often. And then she got in contact and took it up and finished it. That was a nice play. Collison's going to shoot one. She has a chance to tie the ball game here. And she does.
And we're seeing why she gets almost 16 points a game. She's a really nice player.
She is more than a nice player right now. Rigby on the drive, loses the handle, ball kind of come up funny. Tigers trying to run.
Good job by Brooke Levy there, sprinting back in transition, just getting a hand on that, disrupting that fast break so you can set your defense.
Hammer going to take the ball out of bounds for the Tigers. They stack it at the elbow. Comes into Sweeney.
Yeah.
Looked like they were going to try to run a play for Lean, and the Bombers got it covered.
Yeah, it looked like they were running a double there at the elbow, trying to bring her up to the top.
Give up another offensive rebound inside. Yep. Number 30, Hammer, with the missed shot. Got the ball on the baseline on the second shot. Kick back to Rigby. Long three off the front of the iron. Rebound by Hammer, and they push the ball up the floor. Off to Hammer. Back to Sweeney at the top of the key. They set. Looks like the Tigers are going to kind of catch a breath here a little bit.
Well, that's
Lean with another drive.
Ballard's got to do a little bit better job on that drive from the slot, from that free throw line extended out to the free throw or out to the 3-point line. Seems like we're giving that up on both sides of the floor. We've got to get that defensive rotation, stop that drive. I'm sure Coach Anderson take care of that at halftime promptly.
Yeah, and it's been Lean that's been exposing it on the left-hand side. She's been doing a good job coming to the left side. Rigby for a 3-point shot from the right wing. No good. Levy with a rebound.
Great hesitation.
The ball, takes it back inside, uses the glass. And that's the kind of experience. A lot of young kids don't use the glass. They try to float it over the front of the rim, but that glass is your friend, and she put it right off the glass and finished.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Tim Duncan-esque.
Oh, there's a turnover.
Possibly get an easy one here to end the half. That'd be great. Great ball fake.
Rebound by Levy. No good. The Bombers got all they want from the Tigers in the first half. They're going to take a 2-point lead into the halftime. You got the Ballard Bombers 19, the Carroll Tigers 17. Tigers got to be happy with the way the first half went.
Yeah, you look at what we talked about leading in. They needed to handle pressure. I think they've done that for the most part. They need to score consistently and finish when they get opportunities. I remember a big three from the wing when they had to have one. And then don't let the game get away early. I think they've done a great job of that. So they're right where they want to be.
No, they've had a good first half, and give them a little pep talk. And obviously the Bombers are going to have to step it up a little bit, or it's going to be a tight ball game all the way through. And right now that probably plays to Carroll's advantage. If you're coming in a big game like this and the underdog, all you want to do is get the fourth quarter and have a chance. And I think the Bombers will make some nice adjustments here. I think they'll talk a little bit about the second shots. The Bombers weren't the hottest as I've seen them from the 3-point line in the first half. I think they may see some changes there, but right now it's a good first half of basketball.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good ball game. Coming up now, we've got an interview for you with Kaylee Walsh. So Kaylee is currently our middle school and high school band director. She's third year as the Ballard cheer coach. and her cheerleaders were the 2020 cheerleading state champions this year. Kaylee, thanks for joining us on the halftime show.
Thanks for having me.
Couple quick questions. One, can you tell us about the state cheer competition this year? I mean, it had to be a little different, right? I mean, with all the restrictions and things like that. So from that standpoint, how was it different?
Yeah, normally state cheer championships are held in person in Des Moines at the state fairgrounds. And with COVID, it wasn't really fit to have a full in-person event, so they moved it virtual. We also had to kind of reconfigure our expectations because COVID reset some of our stunting guidelines. So all of our divisions were different. We had the timeout division, which is a 1-minute routine, stunts, cheers, tumbling, and really geared towards being performed on a basketball floor during a 1-minute timeout. We also have the fight song division where we perform our school fight song, and then the band chant, that's just a dance that would be performed with a marching band or a pep band. We placed 3rd in the band chant, 1st in the school fight song, and 1st in the timeout division. All of those scores were combined together, and we were the 3A highest score, meaning that we were the 3A Spirit of Iowa cheer champions. So.
Wow, that's awesome. That's tremendous. Tell me what it was like to win that state title and what kind of preparation goes into an event like that.
It was a very special, very unexpected. I think there's videos of us watching the award show and we had no idea. I'm sitting in the back row watching, 5th place, then 4th and 3rd, and we get to 2nd and we still haven't been announced, and even some of the girls are like, well, we didn't place. We must not have placed. And then it comes on the screen that it's Ballard, and we're screaming and we're jumping up and down and crying and hugging, and very unexpected, very special. I have 13 seniors on the 20-person squad, so it was a very fun way to kind of cap off their year. We practice every Monday through Thursday. We're both preparing for our state championships and for football games on Friday nights. So we're kind of balancing everything all together at once, and it was just really special for everything to come together the way it did.
That's amazing. And you talked already a little bit about the COVID protocol and how that played into your procedures. What did I know Mr. Boak has given you guys a lot of praise for elevating the cheer program, and what have you done specifically to raise the level of excellence within the program?
Well, it's a big team effort. I've got great assistants and head cheer coaches from other seasons that help us out, friends that come in and choreograph and work with my girls. The cheerleaders themselves are always in it to win it. We have a good time together and we work hard. I am very much of the opinion, I believe it's a fact, but that cheerleading is a sport and it should be treated as such. And so I hold my girls to the standard that you are an athlete, you will be treated like an athlete. We will train, condition, practice, perform like athletes, and they've continually met that expectation and gone beyond.
That's awesome. Tell me, I remember when you first came to Ballard, you're somewhat new to Ballard. We share a mutual friend, as a matter of fact, from South Hamilton that we love to talk about. So tell me, since you're somewhat new here, what's that transition been like coming to Ballard, and what have you really enjoyed about it?
Yeah, my time at South Hamilton is a great time. I never intended, when I set out to be a band director, I never intended to be a cheer coach. And, the girls at South Hamilton saw me dancing along at a pep rally, and that's how I became a cheer coach. I never intended to be, and South Hamilton was really a place for me to learn and hone my skills. And Ballard has been a great community, a great district for me to really put those into practice. I've loved the administration. They've allowed me to kind of take the program and do whatever I want with it and supported me along the way. The community has been great as well. We have, people come up to us every Friday night. The girls look so great. You're doing such a great job. And that support really means a lot because the girls do work hard. So it's really appreciated when the community is noticing it.
Well, I know we have a big chunk of future Ballard cheerleaders out there listening.
I hope so.
So tell me, what do they have to do? What does anyone interested have to do to become a member of the cheerleading squad, to get involved in cheerleading? How do they get started?
Yeah, absolutely. We have a middle school program, so you can join cheerleading in 7th and 8th grade, and they cheer for football and wrestling and basketball. And then for the high school level, you can, auditions or tryouts are typically in March or early April for the fall and winter seasons the following year. And if you're not quite in 7th grade yet, if you're still a little younger, we have a mini camp coming up in January that you can be a part of and kind of start learning those basic skills. So we'd love to have anybody interested.
All right, well, thank you very much. Appreciate you coming on and talking with us during halftime of the Ballard girls, Carroll girls game here tonight, and continued success with the cheerleading program, and congratulations on your state championship.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to continue with our halftime talk here. Mr. Oberding and I are going to run down some of the first half play and kind of get ready for the second half. What do you think, Mr. O?
Well, right now it looks like Collison, she's got 10 points for the Bombers at halftime, and the Bombers are going to have to make some adjustments on that. She's been kind of doing a lot of things that she wants to do, and we're going to have to take some things away from her. She's a nice, strong player that puts the ball on the floor, and right now she's kind of the main cog. She's got 10 of their 17. On the Bombers side, you got Levy that's got 8 points and been doing some nice things. She started a little slow with a three-point shot, hit a big three-point shot, got to the hole a couple times, scored off the free throw. So she's kind of getting in sync. And right now the Bombers have got a 19-17 halftime lead.
Yeah, you know, you talk about Collison, I look at her numbers and they just jump off the page at you. She's shooting 60% from the field, 50% from three, almost 70% from the foul line. She gets a little over 7 boards a game and 2 assists and 2 steals. You know, it seems like to me maybe not sure what Kelly's got up his sleeve in the second half, but seems like maybe they go some type of help defense on her or do something to kind of frustrate her a little bit. That might go a long way.
Yeah, and the other thing, number 14, Lean, has had some nice drives to the left-hand side and catching the Bombers a step slow in their rotations, which I haven't seen too much out of the Bomber defense. That's been one of the strengths of their all season long. I think you'll see some adjustments with that standpoint. But right now, the Tigers kind of into tonight's contest with a record 3-3 and only 1-3 in the conference. They've got to be happy at halftime playing the Bombers, who won the conference title the last 2 years and coming off a state tournament run last year with most people back. They got to be happy right now with a 2-point lead, but they, as they say, they got to prove it the second half.
And you look a little bit at Ballard's defense. You know, 15 steals a game coming in, and then the fact that they are winning games by an average of 27 points this year. You know, a 2-point game at halftime, I'm sure, gives the coaching staff a lot of leverage here to come out and play better in the second half, and specifically, you know, pinch those gaps on defense and not allow Carroll to get to the rim.
Yeah, that's the key point, because that's, I think, right now where the Tigers are hurting the Bombers a little bit. The Bombers just haven't been finishing the shots maybe as high as they'd like to. They've had several possessions where they've had multiple shots and not scored, so they're getting the opportunities. I really think those shots will start falling in the second half. But you got to give the Tigers credit in the first half. They're competing. They probably had too many turnovers. They got to cut that down if they want to keep the game close and have a chance to win when you get into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so we're just clearing the court here, getting ready for second half action to get started. Looks like Jeff Junker and the refereeing crew are ready to roll here for the second half as well. And looks like maybe Carroll ball coming out.
Yep, looks that way. And our officials tonight, as you kind of mentioned, Randy Wiggins, Jeff Junker, and Michael Lawler. Very exceptional crew, got some state tournament experience there. As we get forward to the second half, this Ballard-Carroll rivalry has started way back when we went 5-on-5. This was the first rival that the girls program had. Carroll had some very talented players by the name of Sarah Stribe and Kim McCaffrey, who won a couple state titles back in that era. And the Bombers, we had some nice contests with them, and over the years we've had some nice contests. Carroll has a lot of basketball tradition, has a lot of all-staters, a lot of all-conference players, and done a great job. As I mentioned earlier, a legendary coach, Don Olson, ran their program for a long, long time, did an excellent job.
Well, I remember Sarah Stribe. She ended up at Drake to play basketball, wound up transferring to Iowa State and play volleyball, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, Fleshman on the side, and yes, she was one of the top 5 or 10 players I ever coached against too. She was just very athletic, and she got the Tiger program off to a good start in the 5-on-5 era. And her and McCaffrey were both all-staters back in that time period. Carroll Tigers with another turnover. Bombers push the ball. Eiley down into Fleshman. Shots blocked. The Bombers retain possession.
Looks like Bombers are going to go 1-4 flat here on the end out of bounds.
They're going to step up, and they're going to come off a handoff and reach on the drive.
Oh.
I think the Tigers have probably picked that one up, as I've seen Reach very successful on there, but the defender was waiting for it to block and picked up the charge. So they picked that. Tigers have probably seen that one on tape.
Yes, indeed. She was definitely there waiting for it, wasn't she?
Collison bringing the ball up against Levy and Eiley. Collison just impressed me. She does a nice job of keeping her weight down. She bends her knees and she stays low and plays strong.
Oh, nice spin move there, but just drug that pivot a little bit.
Yeah, she just got to travel, got in where she wanted to be.
That's right. And they're
Tigers,
sticking with the pressure.
You bet. They haven't got many turnovers on it, but it definitely changing the sync, and we got to make the extra pass to get set up on the offense when we got down there, and they're not giving up any easy baskets off it. Eiley on the cut, pass from Fleshman, kicks back out to Thompson. Ooh, halfway down, it was in and out.
Yes, it was.
Levy on a nice hustle.
That's a heck of a play.
Saves the possession on the side. She gets your fingertips on a lot of balls that the average player doesn't.
Well, she looked like to me she was trying to tip it off of Kennedy Lean's leg, and then Kennedy has enough awareness to move, and then Brooke runs around the other side of her and gets it.
Yeah,
pretty impressive.
That's one of the strengths of this team. Their anticipation of just the game itself is just huge. Collison with the 3 again. She gets the top half of the ball through the rim, but bounces out, rebound by the Bombers, down the floor to Reitz in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Thompson at the high post.
That's
Thompson
a great
on a nice
take.
drive.
Good find by Meg Reitz there, and great take. Way to be under control by Thompson. Swept the ball nice, kept her pivot foot down. And the Bombers follow up with a turnover on the inbounds.
That's a great spot for her, especially when the lane's cleared out, because she's got the long leg, she's got the quick step. That is a very effective move for her.
Looks like Bombers going box set here on the inbounds. They'll screen the screener. Looks like they're going to lay up out of it. Oh, just a little late on that. Good rotation by Carroll.
Eiley back to Reitz at the high post, out to Levy. Levy on the dribble penetration.
Nice.
Reitz on the drive, switches over to the right hand.
Great drive. She went strong.
Finish.
Went strong with her left hand on the drive and then switched to her right for the little floater. Very impressive.
That was a very nice high school move. I see a little different attitude in the press.
Yep.
The press is now getting Carroll to move a little faster than they want to.
And they were quick into that when it looked like Collison was going to break free. They were quick to double team her. And big 3-ball there by Levy leads to a quick timeout.
And a good timeout. Things are kind of getting away here. They got to get things. Tigers got to get things adjusted here. The the Bombers have made some nice adjustments at halftime and against the press, getting the ball handlers off to the side where they can trap, making some passes.
You've been looking for a way to work in your Dodgers, haven't you? That's why you said Dodgers.
Well, I was going to see if you caught up.
Yeah,
I got my socks. I wore my socks.
The Dodger blue socks on. Well, they did get the big World Series championship this year in the 62-game season.
You betcha. I had my Dodger shirt on all day, World Champion shirt, and I was, should I wear it?
Well,
I went with the Bomber outfit.
It had been since 1988.
1988.
Yeah.
But
that was a good year. You know, that thinking about that year, that's about the first time you and I met. Would have been about 86 or 87 back in then.
yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yep. You were just out of college and coaching, and I was in my last year or two of high school. And
You're trying to show your age, my age now.
no,
that,
well, we're close enough to the same age. I don't think that matters.
That was kind of some fun. I'm sure you had some go-rounds with Larry Strachey, and I was coached a freshman down there your senior year. And
Yep.
It was a fun year.
It was a fun year.
And to see you guys play, you and Sykes and Tron Scott, who's on the sideline, were all seniors. In fact, Sykes might have been a year younger.
He was a year younger.
But had the privilege, I believe, that year you beat the Bombers the first time
We did.
through the conference, and that didn't set well with the legendary Coach Schaefer.
No, it did not. I remember we won big in Alleman, and then the next time we played in Huxley, it was a little different story. It was a close game, but we ended up losing that, so we split with them. Good rebound there, good offensive board by Thompson, and I'm just impressed with how willing she is to go to her left hand.
Yeah, she's a pretty talented player. She's, for somebody 6'2", the things that she can do, and again, they're going inside, setting her up. She's going to finish with the right hand. That's just a great move. She got the ball down low, and that's definitely where the Bombers need to score some points in the paint as they go through the rest of the season to kind of balance their inside or the outside game.
When I love the counter, you know, last time they ran they tried to run the read fake handoff and go, and this time they broke the opposite girl up and then took Thompson and just leg whipped her in the post and got that nice duck in, and that's just a nice counter to the last play they ran down there.
Yeah. Coaching staff does a nice job of utilizing the strengths of the players. Reitz, the three-point shot.
You know, you watch Brooke Levy and you watch her throw that one-handed pass all the way across the court from slot to slot, and what you don't understand is that's a very difficult pass to throw, and she makes it look so easy.
Yeah, they do a lot of things. Kind of ran a little slip screen, get Thompson inside, shot got blocked, and nice play by the Tigers on the defensive end. Now they're kind of back down where they got things slowed down a little bit. Bombers hadn't sped up before the last timeout.
Yeah, this is a great job by them coming out and just running what they need to run, and they're not gonna shoot until they get something like that, like a drive to the rim.
Nice drive by Sweeney. Fleshman did a nice job not picking up a foul down there, holding her ground. Levy on a drive. Eiley almost had it. Rebound by Lean. Stolen by Eiley.
Really nice play there by Thompson at midcourt.
Yeah.
For not, you know, getting her feet set without going back, without having a backcourt violation there. That was nice.
Timeout by the Bombers. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Bombers lead 26-17.
So what do you suppose Coach Anderson they got the quick time out there on the outlet. They've got possession of the ball. They haven't been able to bump this thing to double figures, and he gets a little 30-second timeout. You think is he thinking this is a really important time to try and get it, and I want to draw something up, or what do you suppose he's thinking here?
Well, I think it's kind of a counterbalance. They come out of halftime and got the Tigers sped up a little bit, and then Tigers got back into the rhythm. I think they probably like to play. And I think the Bombers got to go back to getting the Tigers moving a little faster than they want to, because they were throwing the ball away, traveling a little bit. Still haven't scored in this quarter, which is not good from the Tigers' standpoint. But I think this is a critical time. I think the Bombers right now coming out of halftime seem to have a little more bounce in their legs than than the Tigers, and this is a critical point to open up this lead even a little more.
Looks like I got a couple new Bombers in the game. Sydney Briggs checks in, and Lily Hillbrands checks in.
Yeah, Briggs is a senior, a very talented senior for the Bombers. She had a knee injury a couple years ago that kind of slowed her progress and took her out of the second half of the season, but she's responded from that.
Another floater off the glass for Brooke Levy.
That's a nice move for her.
Yep, she loves to go glass on that, and she is really good at it.
Bombers continue the pressure. They do get the double-digit lead. Got the ball in the middle of the floor. Back off to Collison on the right side. Collison keeps it on a spin move.
Boy, she's a strong player.
Yeah, she does a nice job of playing below the waist, and sometimes on the girls' side, they try to, not play strong and play above the waist, and a little bit deceptive. But Collison right now, she does a nice job playing below her waist, and I really like that as a player.
Yeah. Yep, strong, good spin move, under control.
I think she got a little lucky on that one because the defender had pretty good position, I thought, in that play.
Nice rebound there.
On the rebound.
Briggs adds some more size to the Ballard lineup. She's probably about 5'10", and one of the things that I've noticed about her over the years is she has a great left hand.
Yeah.
She's right-handed, but she's got a great left hand.
She's a player that could be starting for a lot of people in the conference, and she's coming off the bench. That just adds to our depth from the Bombers.
Yep, definitely does.
Hildebrand on a nice drive, left hand off the glass.
That's not an easy shot. That offhanded runner off the glass. Very nice job.
She's gave the Bombers some nice minutes this year. Her game has improved.
There we go. Getting them sped up there again. Just picked up the ball a little quickly, and instead of being patient, just turned and threw it, and wound up being a benefit for the Bombers as it sails out of bounds.
Yeah, they get them at the side of the court and getting that trap shot. Eiley on a nice drive, got the step, and she just does a tremendous job. Very seldom do you see her out of control. She is just on good pace. Kind of little Ballard trivia. Eiley's been the point guard for the last 4 years of the program. Probably tacked on 55 wins in those 4 years so far. Her aunt was our first point guard back when we started 5-on-5. She was our point guard for 3 years. We won 50, 60 ball games with her. Got kind of the tradition, so 7 out of the 28 years of 5-on-5 basketball, there's been an Eiley at the point guard.
Nice little family tradition.
Yeah, Melissa was her aunt's name, or is her aunt's name, was kind of a trendsetter. She was one when we went 5-on-5, just come out and played the game at a different level than everybody else. She was just a very talented, and she got 3 years of 5-on-5. Her freshman year was 6-on-6, then we made a transition. And she had one of the negative problems. She did have 2 knee surgeries in her last 3 years of high school. Actually, one was her freshman year, and then she had one her senior year. Collison at the top of the key. Collison for 3.
Just a little bit flat on that, but it's
yeah.
I like the look of her shot.
She didn't have the leg push and didn't quite get balanced. She got set, wasn't quite balanced. Eiley out on top. Gonna slow it down here.
That looks like maybe they'll play for the final shot of the quarter here. Be happy holding the Tigers to 0 points, not give them another shot.
And the Bombers have done a nice job tonight kind of running their specials. They have executed very well and got some nice looks and scored at a high percentage when they have set up a set play.
They've got a couple of great 4 high sets and some hammer action stuff where they can get a ball screen, a drive, and a drift corner three. Be interesting to see if they go to that here. Yeah. Oh, there's the hammer action right there.
Yeah, and they come up, and nice little slip.
Very nice. Yep.
Briggs did a nice job regaining her balance.
Yes,
she got off balance on the push. Collison from half court comes up short. Well, that was a nice half for the Bombers. If my math is right, it was 13-0. I think it was 19-17 at halftime, and the Bombers are at 32 now, and Carroll Tigers still at 17. So that was kind of the quarter that the Bombers were looking for.
Yeah, definitely. I think they were. I think they're still probably looking to put up more than 13 in a quarter, but you know, you control what you can control, and in basketball, that's not usually shooting. That's usually the defensive end and the rebounding side, and I thought we did a great job that quarter of controlling what we could control. We stopped the drive a little bit. We only gave them one shot. We didn't give them anything easy. And then offensively, you know, just as things start to fall, if you're not giving up anything, and you know, you can throw a couple of them in, it's gonna help you out.
That's exactly right. I want to give a shout out to the Ballard Bomber bench crew at the ball games. Got Bob Krause that handles all the announcing and the music. We got Audra Watson who's running the clock, and Brenda Gorman does the scorebook. Kind of little shout out, Audra Watson would got upset if we wouldn't have mentioned her name. She was kind of giving us a bad time, putting pressure on us to make sure that we mentioned how good the bench crew did. So
when you got that 20,
we had to get that shout out.
You got that $20 she gave you, right?
Actually, no. She said she was going to do it, just never came.
I never got one either then. Nice little clear out. Good take by Molly Eiley. They ran a little floppy action to start that half. You had a double on one side and a single on the other. Ran cutters through both directions, and it just kind of, neither one of those were open, but the whole lane just parted like the Red Sea, and she got an easy one.
Tigers doing a nice job here at getting things under control. They're just forgetting to score. They're not getting the shots up and putting the ball in the clock. I mean, they're still trying to do some nice things. It's just I like the way they're competing yet. The third quarter got away from them a little bit, but they're out there playing hard, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I think if they can, at the end of one of those long possessions, if they can get, you know, a real nice look and get it to go, I think that would do wonders for their confidence.
Well, and one change from the first half, the Bombers are only giving them one.
Right. Now there was a good clean look right there for Kennedy Lane.
Yep, she just missed it. Bombers out on a run. Nice pass by Levy down into reach. That's tough to defend when you got a big that's going to outrun the floor and you got a guard that can make the pass. That's just, it's pretty basketball.
Really good offhanded finish there by Meg. She's, you know, it seems like I've said that a lot tonight. Just the skill level of being able to use both hands around the rim is really, really good for our girls.
Collison on a nice step through.
Oh. That was about to be Carroll ball, and then when the ball came down from the block, I think it hit Collison and bounced out right there at the end. Lucky break for the Bombers.
Yeah, kind of things aren't going your way on that possession. You do everything right, and the ball just comes down and hits you when you're on the floor and rolls out of bounds. Eiley with the ball on the left side. Tigers in a man-to-man defense. Reach with the ball on the wing. Fleshman coming off the screen, gets a shot off. No good. Rebound by the Tigers. Sweeney on the right side. Looking for Tigers to set something up, looking for a ball screen. Gets it on the drive. Collison on the left side.
Now they just need to get that drive or that shot that's just going to pay off for them. There they got a foul. That's pretty good.
That was a nice aggressive drive by Sweeney. That was had a lane cleared, and she put the ball down. And real nice move going to the left-hand side. Tough shot, but you put it off the glass and give it a chance to go in. She's going to shoot two. First one's good. 5:38 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Ballard 36 and the Tigers 18. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Reese. Bombers run the floor. Thompson down the middle.
Just got in a little bit of a hurry there. Just slid that pivot foot just a little bit on that drive. But that's nice when your power forward can bring the ball up the court that smoothly and kick it to your point guard on the wing for a look.
The Bombers did a nice job getting down the floor and spreading out. It kind of had the Tigers kind of backpedaling on the defensive end. They had a lot of options if they wanted to turn it over. Bomber length right now is causing the Tigers some problems.
Yeah.
Getting a hand on a lot of passes.
You see a lot of tip passes here the second half.
Ball out of bounds, going to be possession of the Tigers.
Looks like a box set on the end out of bounds. You'll screen the screener looking for an easy lay-in, but didn't get that second screen set real well. Didn't get it head-hunted, and the defense was able to slide right through it.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the things I noticed about the Bombers. Not only do they run their specials well, but they kind of sniff them out pretty well when other teams run them too.
Yep. Ooh.
Collison stays low again. Nice drive against Thompson. Thompson thought she was straight up. She's going to get called for the foul. Nice drive by Collison.
Well, and it starts with her hustling after a loose ball, basically, and her and Molly Eiley both going after that ball. And like you've mentioned earlier, Molly wins 90% of those, and Collison got that one and got to the rim, got fouled, and done a really nice job for the Carroll Tigers tonight, that's for sure.
Right now it's not going so well for the Tigers on the scoreboard, but I like the way they're competing. They're doing a nice job. They're not backing down. They're playing hard. Briggs on the drive, kick out to Levy. Levy on the crossover, cut through. Oops. Eiley kicks out to Levy, nice release. Rebound by Reitz for two.
Yeah, she's probably the tallest girl on the floor right now, and somebody just forgot to put a body on her, and she got a knee. That's the easiest two she'll get.
Well, the Bombers do a nice job, and they get moving the body physically, and then the ball gets moving. It's tough for the defenders, and they get out of position and allows the Bombers some easy rebounds. Reitz with the push up the floor again. Briggs with a nice jump stop before the drive.
Yeah, definitely. I thought maybe she was going to slide her feet on that, but she didn't. She did a great job of getting set.
Defender did a nice job of knocking the ball loose. Tigers pull the ball back out again. Three-point shot by Lean. No good. Eiley with the rebound.
That was almost a clean rebound by the defense, and Molly just dove in there and said, I think I'm going to get this from you.
Yeah. Levy with a long pass, had the right look, just overshot Fleshman a little bit. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be Tiger basketball. The great competition here, and just talk a little bit about the girls basketball in the Raccoon River Conference over the 5-on-5 era. I think our conference has been one of the top ones in the state over the years. As I kind of went back and kind of looked through the research, there's 10 teams in the girls side of the conference. Every one of the teams has been in the state tournament in that time period. Usually you have some people that their program's down and they don't get there, but all 10 teams, and since we've been 5-on-5, had made at least one tournament or one state tournament appearance. And many times the conference has put two teams in the state tournament in the same years, and over the 25, 28 years, the conference has been very strong, on the girls' side, and two of the programs, like I said, that got the tradition started in the conference are playing here tonight, and that's just a credit to the girls and the schools in the conference to put the time in to reach that level.
That's impressive for sure. I mean, I mean, making it to state. I mean, there are so many schools out there that only have one or sometimes no state tournament appearances in their school history, and to have every team in the same conference that's actually made it, that's pretty impressive.
And we talk about rivalries and kind of jumping ahead, but I think the new rivalry for the recent time is going to kind of come to head on Tuesday. I think the Bombers are ranked number 3 and the Gilbert Tigers are number 2. It's going to be a big matchup up in Gilbert. Speaking of 2 versus 3, I think that's the rankings of our next contest here tonight in the boys contest. So
yeah, that's correct. The Carroll boys are ranked 2nd. The Ballard boys are ranked number 3 in the latest 2A poll. I think when I looked, I think both teams are 5-0 and coming in, and I think between all 4 teams tonight, there's just not very many losses out there. It was slated for a good night of basketball.
No, and that's awesome. Wusterberg on that last series had a nice post move inside, just come up short. Ooh.
Whoa, that was nice. I'm not sure how she got through there, but that was slick.
Nice drive. Looked more like a first down than a drive to the basket, but I think she may have got away with the step. But that was a nice move. She got in and finished it off the glass.
Very nice.
Wusterberg back inside again. Eiley splits the gap. Left-handed move for the finish.
Very encouraging to see Molly finish that. She's not afraid to go to her left hand. She gets there all the time. Just great to see her finish that nice and smoothly.
Sweeney out on top, kicks to the wing. Long three-point shot, a little bit short off the front of the iron. Rebound by Wusterberg off to Eiley.
Ashley does a great job on the board. She's one of those players. She's a senior. She's put in her time. She's not a starter, but she absolutely knows her role. She comes in, she sets screens, she rebounds, she dives on the floor. I just really like her game. I mean, you got to have players like that are willing to give themselves up, and she's certainly one of those players.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, I like the way she plays from the waist down. She's always in a strong position, and she's a physically strong girl. And that is, you're correct. I agree with everything you said. Noe with the shot for 3, rebounded by Hildebrand.
That was a great little driving kick there. Noe got a wide open look.
Got about a minute to go. The Bombers lead 40-20. Bombers trying to run some time off here.
Yeah, I love. I got here a little bit early, so I got to see a couple quarters of the JV game, and seeing some of these same girls out here right now. Their ability to handle the ball and move. Just struck me right away. Just really impressive. So I know we're graduating a great group of seniors this year, but I don't think that the winning is going to drop off anytime soon for the Ballard girls.
No. Coach Anderson's done a nice job keeping the program as a program. It's not a team, and anybody's going to come up through the program, they're going to know how to move and they're going to know how to play defense. And if you can do those 2 things, a lot of nights you're going to win ball games.
Everybody a little bit under their scoring averages tonight. I think the Carroll girls were averaging 52 coming in. Ballard that's also right about 52. So it was a defensive struggle for a lot of that first half, and even in the third quarter there when we pushed out, and it was still all about the defense because holding them to 0 that quarter. Well,
holding them to 0 and got them kind of in bad positions, and I like the way that on the scoreboard it's going to be an 18-point victory for the Bombers, but I liked the way the Tigers competed. I liked what they did. They showed me a lot of things, and obviously if they play like that the rest of the season, they're going to win a lot of ball games. They just, I thought conditioning, we played maybe a few more players, and they got a little bit tired, and shots didn't fall in the second half. But they showed me some nice things. I really liked the Collison girl, and the Lean girl put some nice baseline moves on. So, and they competed. And high school girls, if you compete, good things are going to happen. But you also will get a lot of credit to the Bombers. They come out and did what they needed to in the second half. It was a 2-point game at halftime, and they turned it into an 18-point win. So they made some nice adjustments at halftime. And
yeah, you know, I look at one of the keys that we had for Ballard was to finish in the paint, and I really felt like they did a much better job of that in the second half. And some of those were one-on-zeros, you know, off O boards or off drive and kicks. But either way, they're getting that shot they need, and they were able to finish them in the second half.
Yeah, and one of the things I was a little bit concerned was if they're looking ahead to Tuesday too soon, because I think Gilbert Tigers are one of the teams that beat them last year, and Gilbert now in the conference. I get to play him twice, and the first time is going to be next Tuesday up at Gilbert. And again, it's not only a big game for the conference, but it's a big game in the state too. It's your 2 and 3 ranked teams, and it'll be a fun one. And now they can start focusing on that over the weekend and getting ready for the Tigers on Tuesday.
Yeah, that'll be a great one, and we're really looking forward to that one.
Well, Coach Deason, we got one down. We got one more to go, and as we talked about, the second one is 2 versus 3. So I'm kind of excited that it's going to be another heck of a ball game, and the rivalry between the boys and on the boys' side has been over the last 15-20 years has been a good one too. So
yeah, absolutely.
And this game's going to be no different.
Yep, should be a great one. I think both teams come into this game fully expecting to win, and I think that we're going to see an intense, fast-paced high school boys basketball game.
Yeah, we'll be back here in a little bit. They